Great.はい。
お願いします。
お願いします。はい。はい。サイドサイド。So, right, knee to shoulder. Right, circles. Right. There goes the other way. Right. Arms. Back. Come in. You come in. Right. One side and the other side. Again. Side. Other side. Back. And the other side. Again. And one more. Right side. Right. Nice, so I keep. Right. I'm tight. Beautiful. Benji. Yoko. Right. Right. Ki. Ko. Iki. Ko. San ki. Ko. Right. Stop. Forward. Down. Hey, your knees. Put them back. Very close. One way. There goes the other way. Right. Down. Your toes. Down. Ki. Ko. Up. Out. Ki. Ko. One more time. San. Ki. Ko. Hey. You. Insides. Shake. Roll. Rock. Sitch. Touch. Good. You. Leg raises. Watch. Yeah. That. Shake. Go. Rock. Sitch. Touch. Die. And sideways. Nick. Down. Kick. Go. Side. Nick. That. Go. Hinges. Nick. And she. Go. The other side. Each. Nick. And she. Go. Your legs, lowering hips. Go. Opening to one side. Go. Opening to the other side. Hey, coming up. Time lowering. And gorilla forward. Gorilla back. Gorilla side. And gorilla side. And up. Relax. Go. One more time. Down. Gorilla forward. Gorilla back. Side. And side. Up. And relax. More. Down. Forward. Back. Side. And side. Up. And relax. Time lowering hips. Hands inside. Go. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. Down. Up. Spine. Shoulders. Head. Circles. And the other side. And your legs, side to side. And lower on one side. Lower on the other side. Goes up on one side. Goes up on the other side. Hands in front. Change. And opening. Lowering your elbows. Okay. And forward. And back. Forward again. Hips up. Hips down. And back. Forward. Hips up. Hips down. Back. Forward. Hips up. Hips down. Back. Inside that. Leg forward. Down. Leg forward. Down. Leg 45 degrees. Down. 45. Down. 90 degrees. Sit. 90 degrees. Sit. One more time. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. 45. Back. 5. Back. 90. Sit. 4. 90. Sit. The time. Backwards. Forward. Hips up. Push into your toes. Into plank position. Holding in plank position and without moving too much your spine, touching your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And plank, and slowly on your way down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and rest. Hey, one more time, forward. Hips up. Push into your toes, waving your spine. Plank position. Keep it engaged, core muscles. Don't moving your spine too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Slowly down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and back. Rest. So, one more time, forward. Hips up. Through your toes, waving your spine. Plank, engaging core muscles, touching shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Slowly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, and back. Hey, on your back. Knee side to side. We've been doing a lot during the week in the dojo, these lower back exercises, which are a good set of the most basic things that you can do to check, the condition of your lower back and just decompress it a little bit. So leg forward, grabbing the other leg, bring it towards you, holding. 3, 2, 1. Extend the leg, bend the other knee, bring it forward, hold it, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the leg, bring both knees in, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding up your toes, raising your legs, taking deep breaths. Put your legs down, crossing one leg on top of the other, opening that hip. Listen to the kakaboras wake up. Finally, they're like half an hour late. Can't trust nature. Too lazy these days. The old generation of nature, those were good. This generation of nature is too late. The other side. Oh, change again. Opening. One more time. Passing your hand through, holding your knee and pulling. And down. And change the other side. Opening your hip. Passing your hand through. Pull. And down, knees together. Now, instead of going both knees side to side, try to see if you can do a 90-degree angle. So only one knee goes down, the other knee stays up. Okay, so one side, and then the other side. One side, And then the other side. One side, a 90-degree angle as much as possible, and hopefully not moving your spine too much. One side, the other side, one side, the other side. Now make sure to close your knees first. So don't swing side to side only. Just close your knees and open into 90-degree angle. Now, before you open the other knee, close the other knee and open into 90-degree angle. So you're not swinging your knees, you are closing and opening angles, okay? Close angle, open angle, close angle, open angle, close, open, close, open. Very good. Knees together, legs stretch. Okay. Hands on your head, raising of your head, raising of your legs, shaking from your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down. One more time, raising of your head, raising of your legs, shaking from your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down. One more time. Head, legs, hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down. All right, finish the sequence on the back. Right now, this one, scorpio kicks. Remember, with the scorpio kicks, the only important thing is to remember to raise your leg first and your hip second, and then do your movement, okay? So raising your leg, raising your hip, and moving to one side. And change. Raise leg, raise from hip, move to the other side. Change. Raise leg, raise hip, one side. Raise leg, raise hip, the other side. So raise leg, raise hip, one side. Raise leg, raise hip, the other side. So happy front, snow angels, and ready goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. All right. So we continue with our discussion and study of functional elements of our practice. There are three things that you need to do. One thing that most of us, especially men, because we love doing stupid things in the wrong way, happens, and that's hurting our lower back. Okay, so there are basically two things, I was saying three, but one is more of a joke. 3 things to don't suffer too much from your lower back. One of them is to do regular movements such as this, in terms of maintaining some level of suppleness, mobility, awareness on the condition of your lower back. So a little bit the set of exercises that we did, especially the last ones there, a lot about that. We possibly in our warm-up, as you've seen, we put like in proportion a little bit, not so much. We should do more exercises to condition our upper body. so we do a little bit, but not nowhere near enough as much as we should do. Then we pay a little bit more of attention to core muscles and lower body, especially on the warm-up. There's a lot of lower body hip mobility, and then there's a lot of lower back core muscle activity. So because that's the part that hopefully our training is going to demand more. Any physical activity has that, has certain exercises that are specific to their requirements, which is good because you have to be very familiar with them, and those exercises help you in that activity. And every physical activity will neglect other muscle groups and other actions, which is not great because at the end of the day, the whole body always needs every part of it. So it's very important for people who do physical exercises to identify what parts of the body are specific for the use and work on those, because their activity will demand a lot of that. But also be very aware of which parts of the body they are leaving behind and neglecting those, because your body will still need them regardless of the physical activity that you do. Anyway, so upper body, we should do more. Core muscles, lower body, especially hips and legs, possibly we pay a little bit more attention. Anyway, so lower back, basic decompression exercises and mobility exercises like this. Number 2, to not hurt your lower back, is to respect the internal triangle, which again is a principle that Moreno Sensei has articulated many times in very clear terms. And just to remind you, it goes a bit like this. If you put your knees down and your arms down and you put them together, you create not so much like as a triangle, but almost like a diamond, because you have one at the top, one triangle in front of you, and then one triangle inside you, which is the natural triangle created by your seiza position. Okay, so you basically have like 2 triangles. A bit like a diamond, an upper triangle and a lower triangle. And the principle is that anything that is outside of this triangle, outside of this area, is inappropriate, is not functional from a number of perspectives, technically wise, and again, physically wise. That's what we're going to refer to. So what we're talking about here is you hurt your back when you try to pick or move anything that is outside of your internal triangle, and we have all done it in different cases. So for those of you who have young kids and have the wonderful thing of taking them out of your car, when they are babies, we always reach into the car, pull them out with all our love and get them out. And as long as they are tiny and little and cute, doesn't feel too much, but at some point they grow, passing the weight that challenges the triangle, and more than one mother or father has reached out, pick up the baby just to stuff up their back. And that's because by nature, the baby is outside of your internal triangle and you're trying to pick them out of there. So happens to us all the time. So be careful with that. So internal triangle. Okay. Now, what Moreno Sensei says is that all your techniques should finish at least in the upper triangle. So everything should at least be tried to be put at least in that position. As you train more, the movement should go into your lower triangle, which is this part more kind of in between your legs. And as the practice goes, then that lower triangle becomes somehow internal. That's a bit of a difficult kind of idea, but it's not so much into the triangle as much as inside your own movement. Okay, so if you visualize that, your upper triangle, your lower triangle, and the inside of your body, into your center of gravity, then that's possibly a helpful. Anything that is outside, it's not. So, having said that, though, it is very tempting to do motions and project them outside of our triangle for whatever reason. So, one basic motion, for example, is Ripo. Okay, up and down, Ripo. Always remember to continue your hand all the way into your center of gravity. So, hand up, Ripo. Slow, following inside your Ripo, following inside. Okay, remember they're not so. Again, it's difficult to criticize movement because all movement will have some validity in certain conditions. So certain times, for example, if you practice any batting, game, like baseball or cricket, or people who practices with swords, and do a sideways cut, there will be this requirement of moving things sideways, challenging things in this plane outside of your movement. Even our basic Taisabaki, in a way, kind of does that, challenging you outside of the movement. Because of that, sometimes something like Ripo can be tempting to do it into the outside of the movement, kind of following that instinct, of opening outside into that motion. With a conditioned body and with a body that is used to that motion, I have no doubt that action may feel quite strong and may be possible to be executed effectively, grabbing a person, projecting them out, and succeeding in doing so. But again, something that is important for us as we train is to slowly make our training more congruent in terms of the motions that we have. Otherwise, we have to learn too many motions. So if we can have certain motions that point into the same direction, in this case, literally the same direction, but also kind of pedagogically and in the way we understand movement, then maybe we make the whole process more efficient. Okay, so in this case, Ripo, okay, down, continuing inside. Ripo, down, continuing inside. Ripo, down, inside. Ripo, down, inside. Okay, Iriminage, up. Okay, and now here in Iriminage, there will be two forms of doing your Iriminage. Your basic one, which requires a step and motion in, or sometimes you are unable to step, okay, which means you will just simply do the Iriminage without the step. In either case, your hand is always looking the inside of your triangle. So Iriminage with a step, the other side, Iriminage with a step, side, Iriminage with a step, the other one, Iriminage, step. This time, Iriminage without a step. Taisabaki, Iriminage without a step. Taisabaki, Iriminage, no step. And Iriminage, no step. So Ripo and Iriminage are both very basic motions that give us a temptation of projecting or not finalizing your movement. So in Ripo, as I say, the temptation may be to project outside of your internal triangle. You need to be careful if that is a bad physical habit that you are developing, or if it's a form of motion that in your particular school is valid because it's present in many other activities that leave that up to you. But once again, we cannot deny the importance of the internal triangle, because if you try to, if you're in this position, you turn around and you pick up something here and lift it up and move it, very likely that you're going to hurt your back because of that motion. With Iriminage, the temptation is to project outside instead of continuing the motion inside. Okay, we're very tempted to project outside and assume that the person is going to somehow, I don't know, receive that energy out, and go, okay, as opposed to finishing the motion inside. There are basic motions which shouldn't really have too much of a problem, but it's still temptation of projecting out is really big instead of projecting in, instead of projecting. Okay. So those are the easy ones, but we still make a lot of mistakes with them. So keep an eye for Iriminage and Ripo. Now the next one, please start your jaw. Okay. Starting your jaw. Pretty more difficult one. The next one will be for Ikkyo. Okay. Up and Ikkyo. Now in this case, we're going to exaggerate the action. We're going to go down, 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 And literally the jaw is going to be in between your legs. Okay. So in this case, almost like you can see the jaw is kind of in between my legs. Okay. So pass the in between legs. Okay. Up and down. The jaw is in between your legs. So it's pass them in between your legs. So you should make sure that you are following that direction. Down, inside, such an inside that the jaw passes in between your legs. Between your legs. So down, inside, passing from behind, and grab. Maybe because I play basketball and I can do that much. So down, pass it underneath. Okay. Down, inside, pass it. Down, inside, pass it. Down, inside, pass. Okay. There you go. Okay, so that's just exaggerating the idea that the jaw is really, in this case, inside. Okay. Once again, the problem with Ikkyo, especially if you move your feet, or especially if your movement is driven by your feet, not by your hand, is that the Ikkyo will go up. Now remember, that's the intention if you want to do Kaeshiwaza. If you do Shomenuchi, and your partner comes and applies Ikkyo here. At some point, either your partner, she's going to bring you inside her center of gravity, which means she controls your movement, or you will be able to make that movement outside of her center of gravity and into yours, which means you are going to control. So at the end of the day, whoever has the other person inside the internal triangle is going to be controlling that motion. Okay. The idea of Ikkyo, the idea of Ikkyo is that she puts me into her internal triangle as much as possible, and that controls. If she extends too much, and I manage to take her outside of her triangle, and then I put it into my triangle, then I control the motion. Okay, so she can control me inside the triangle. That's good. That's good control. But if for whatever reason she erases or extends, I control her into mine, then that the dynamic has changed. And in that Ikkyo, okay, I'm either inside her triangle or she's inside my triangle. Either I am inside her triangle or she's inside my triangle. There is no kind of in between. If we are on the line, I am inside her triangle. Okay, so there is no in the middle. That belongs to nobody. So inside her triangle, inside my triangle. Inside hers, inside mine. Yeah. Sometimes some Kaeshiwaza, for example, requires me stepping back in order to kind of move into another Ikkyo. But the same idea remains. Okay, when she does Ikkyo, that's inside her triangle. If I step back and I'll bring her inside my triangle, then I may be able to continue the motion with it. But again, it's all a play of who is inside whose internal triangle. And in that way, in that sense, that's another controversial thing that Sensei says, there is an element of competition in the training. There is no, in Aikikai, Aikido, there is no organized competitions. There is no a championship with a trophy and a medal and rules. That's true. But ultimately, someone is going to controlling someone's center line. Ultimately, someone is going to controlling someone's internal triangle. Ultimately, somebody is going to be leading somebody. So ultimately, these ideas, someone is going to be, more proficient in doing them. And by doing that, that person is going to be winning, and this is the fun, over the other person's motion. That's just the nature of the interaction. If these things do not exist, look at my blog about what Aikido is, that is in the blog section of the members area. If there is no restriction and sanction in the way we perform our motions, as I explained in that blog, then the concept, the martial concept kind of fades very, very, very quickly. So anyway, so Ikkyo, internal triangle. Ikkyo, internal triangle. Ikkyo, internal triangle. Ikkyo, internal triangle. Again, for Ikkyo, if in your school you step and move at the same time, okay, with us, we know we tie sabaki first. Once the control is achieved, then we step. But in some schools, they step very early in that process. As long as two things remain true in your motion, then your motion is functionally correct. As long as the hip is leading the movement, not the foot. It may happen at the same time. But the hip is leading the movement, not the foot. It's a good movement because the hip is leading. If the foot is leading the movement and the hip is not present, it's not a good movement. If the hip is leading and the foot is following, it's good. Number one. Number two, if you perform that and still keep the person inside your internal triangle, it's good. So that's why you could do that kind of motion as long as those things are respected. If those things are not respected, then it's a made-up motion. It doesn't really exist. So in our case, there is a very exaggerated action of control first, followed by Ashishabaki each, Ashishabaki clean, and then up, controlling fully first, each, knee. Okay. Right. Inside, controlling first, each, knee. Down. As one. Controlling first. Each. Knee. Down. Okay. So that's with Ikkyo. Now, 17, 16. A couple of things just to finish because we want to finish this. Is that Nikkyo, Sankyo, Jonkyo, etc. require us to do a change, okay, in our action. So enter here, control inside my internal triangle. Now, for Nikkyo, Sankyo, Jonkyo, I'm going to change my base and then whatever change is required. Nikkyo, Sankyo, Jonkyo, anything. But the important thing is I'm inside my internal triangle. Now, once I'm inside, change base while respecting that concept of the internal triangle not moving. Inside, 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 inside. Now, the internal triangle has two dimensions, okay? First is the horizontal dimension, as in it's here, it's not there, there, or there. And second is the vertical dimension. It's not here, it's here, as much as possible. Vertically, 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 vertically. And then from that position, then you perform the rest of your action. Okay? So when you do Nikkyo, Sankyo, Jonkyo, okay, ensure to control first inside the internal triangle. Keep that idea of that control, changing your base, and performing your action. Okay? So that's first important idea of functionality, the concept of the internal triangle. So please use the week to study, how much that idea and that principle is present or lacking in pretty much all your motions. In some motions is evident, in some motions is implicit. That's another conversation. But that principle never really leaves the practice, okay? Just try to see the ones that are evident and the ones that are not so evident, study them and see how it's implicit, okay? So. Great. Hey.
No, arigatou gozaimashita.
Arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you very much.